Should have sound now. Yeah, I know you can't hear me. Yeah, the camera control software like took a duty. I had to switch all the cameras over to the different software. All right. Got the chart? Yes, no, maybe. All right. Got the chart, got the sound, got my face and it's moving. So roadmap line. This was one of my picks of the week. We emailed it out yesterday. If we see a pullback and bounce off this roadmap line, we could see a lower low in the markets and a higher high in SQQQ. So that is a ultra short. It's a leveraged short QQQ. You know, QQQ being the ETF for the S&P or for the NASDAQ. It's about a 41 leverage to the actual NASDAQ index. You divide this crazy thing, 11,745 by 41, and you roughly get the QQQ price of 286. And then SQQQ is some kind of 3 times leverage of that. So a derivative of a derivative of a derivative. But it moves like crazy. So that's one to keep an eye on. If we're going to take a dump in the market, you might be able to catch an advantage right there. Another one, SPXS. This one, while hasn't come anywhere near touching the roadmap line, could also be one that takes off if we see a lower low. You know, 25 could go up to 32 to 34 maybe. So another one to keep an eye on. If you think we're bearish, right now I'm kind of in between. I think that's kind of how we started this off. It's a little bit bearish, a little bit bullish. The futures, again, looking sloppy. And I've had this target down here for a while that we may reach down and touch. And that's sitting down around 35.84 area. So just going off the technicals. It's not trying to pretend like there's anything going on that there's not in the market here. So we may see this ultimately pull down one more time and make a bottom. One thing to keep an eye on, we do have this going on. So if we break down below that tomorrow, that's a big red flag that we're going to see a lower low. This uptrend of the lows here. So that's one to draw on your charts and alert, watch out for. Looks like anything lower than about 37.94 could take us down to a new low. So, and usually this will go something like this. It'll pull down, it'll rally back up and fake everybody out, and then it'll really go. So that's the move to watch out for. All righty. Moving on down. Russell has the same uptrend. This one's got a little more room to go. Up, higher lows coming off the bottom. If it breaks down, we'll probably see a lower low. That's the same thing. NASDAQ right there. Same sort of situation we got cooking. Now, one that was particularly good looking today, Apple holding up strong, even though the S&P 500 and NASDAQ rolling over a little bit. That doesn't have the same pattern right there so far. So it made a higher high today. And I mean, it's got a little bit to go before it retests the 144 EMA on the daily. Everybody wants to know why 144 EMA, why not 20 or 50 or 200 day? It's because it's Fibonacci based and it works. A lot of times when we're above it, it holds support underneath us, and a lot of times when we're below it, it holds resistance above us. So right now, I can see Apple rallying back up into this area right up in here. It was 155 last week. Now it's getting to be about 153 today, and maybe 152. So if you see Apple anywhere over 150 and you're long, you might want to protect your position or consider booking some profit or something like that. So, all right. Where is gold and oil? Here's oil. Look, we're steadily marching toward my target down here. A lot of people said I was crazy thinking that oil was going to pull back that much, but we're working toward the target. So target's still between 75 and 83 right now, while we could bottom out somewhere in the higher 80s. And 88 to 90 could be possible. Like that does work in here in some of the fibs, but I still believe the 75 to 83 area is the most likely place we're gonna visit. So if you're looking for, that's taken, unfortunately, it's taken longer than I thought. I thought we'd be down there by July expiration in the options. That's coming up this Friday, and it's just not, unless something crazy happens, we're not gonna get there. I have some SCO that expires this week, and it's just not quite getting there for me. It did this split back here, messed up my options, but while it is climbing, it's just not getting there for me quite yet. So anyway, yeah, this was a 5-for-1 split, so I'm at like 35. So we'd have to have a nice big pop for me to even get back to break even. Gold. I mentioned once we got below that trend line, we're probably going to 1620. That's where it looks like it's headed, at least 1620. So this right here is the target for gold. I think I've been saying that since what, December, maybe before that, October, November, December. If we broke through that trend line, probably heading down to 1620 area. And if 1620 doesn't hold, we could see a price in the 1500s. So that's unfortunate. I thought we were gonna get a breakout, especially retest and take off, but it just didn't happen. It broke down and heading to a lower low. Another one that some of the other ones that are interesting right now, FXE, the euro. This one's taking a nice big old drop. It may continue if the DXY, the dollar index, keeps being strong. Everybody keeps putting their money in dollars and FXE. And here's one I actually have a short on right now that's up over 100% is FXY. I'm actually looking for this one to potentially drop out to the low 60s or even 50s, like 55 possibly, all the way down here. So that's quite a bit of further drop. I have January options on that one. I think I have the 63 strike puts out to January 2023. Looking for further decline in the yen, which that would be USD JPY. Let's go with OANDA. So as this thing climbs, that FXY, and this is the dollar being stronger than the yen. As this thing climbs, then the FXY drops. So some interesting charts that are out there. Another one, it's been rallying despite what I thought would happen here, lumber. And I do expect this one to drop further, probably down to the 300 area. And this could be supported by housing kind of taking a dump. Yeah, see 360 right here. That's just an A, B, and a C wave move down to this 360 area. So if you're looking to build something, maybe wait a little bit. If you possibly can, lumber could potentially get a lot cheaper. So, all righty, moving on down to crypto. Bitcoin was looking promising. Now, not so hot. After 3 days of declines here and stair stepping back down, trying to retest the lows from early July. Almost took back the whole move up in the beginning of the month. Not the best looking. So we'll see what happens here. I think it was a little bit of excitement, a little bit of new half, new quarter, new everything, and let's get a better start wrapping it up. But no, I have a feeling this is going to consolidate and drift slightly lower until September, really. we're probably in for a sideways in crypto, sideways to down, probably out to September, which is 18 months out of the halving. Now, coming up in early August, they have Ethereum scheduled to move to proof of stake. And I'm not so sure that's the best idea. So, yeah, there's a lot of exchanges that were playing with customer money. And that's a big no-no in the stock market and futures world. But in DeFi, in crypto, they can play with customer money. Nobody cares. So they were making bets with customer money, and now they're getting slapped. So exchanges are going belly up. Ones that said they were FDIC insured or not, and we're about to find out who's left in the end here. My keyboard's being weird. Everything's being weird. This computer needs rebooted, I guess. There we go. Come on, coin. So Coinbase right here, not making lower lows yet, but it may extend down into the 30, or even down here this 19 area where I had this target before. So if crypto is going to continue to suffer, we may see a move on down to 20 in coin. I've been warning everybody. A lot of the Echo Trades people were hot on coin back when it IPO'd, and I warned over and over and over that all IPOs start out in a corrective manner. Well, virtually all, not every single one, but something like the high 90% of them start out in a corrective and make a lower low than their IPO price. So I feel sorry for anybody that's been holding since the IPO. This one's likely to make a lower low before we start coming back. So one way to play short Bitcoin, if you believe we're going to head lower, is BITO. While it doesn't have a lot of room left on the lower side, it's got $12 worth of room to drop more. So, all righty. Moving on out. All right. Let's take some requests. I saw, let's see, OXY. Yeah. All right. OXY in the chart. This one still looks likely to pull down to this roadmap line. While it had a low bounce, it looks like it's still going to hit here. If it doesn't hold there, then it can pull on down significantly, back to this area right here around 43. So we're going to remove some of the fib lines there. So we're looking at the this is the roadmap line and the 144 EMA right here. If it finds support there, it could bounce. But if it doesn't find support there, I don't know why I just started the text tool. But if it doesn't, we could return back to where it had this last little consolidation back here. So it does have some support in this area right here. Touch there, touch there, touch there. If it touches there again, if that doesn't hold, likely to pull back to here. If that didn't hold, then we could see a return to this orange zone back here below that. So, alrighty. Let's see. I see a few DVNs. Delta Victor November. Put my mouse on the right screen. Yeah, it's in the orange box. And if it fails down below that, then we could see a return back to here. So it's in the target box. It has been for a few days now. So right now I expect it to kind of hold this area, but if for some reason it decides to break down, 44 would be the next area there. AMZN I go over every week. It's down. I'm kind of bearish on Amazon. It's in a downtrend, even though it's Prime Day today and tomorrow. I don't think my little TV expenditure is going to help much. They're sitting on a bunch of TVs. Target, Walmart also sitting on a bunch of TVs. If you were looking for a TV, they got a heck of a TV deals right now. I saw Even Best Buy was throwing out $80 TVs earlier today on advertisement. So that's about the only good thing I know of coming from Prime Day is TV deals. There are some other deals, I'm sure, but I know that they were all sitting on massive TV inventory that didn't make it through the logistics chain in time for the holidays, and now they're sitting on it and they need to liquidate it. So if you didn't know, they need to liquidate some TVs, consumer electronics, before we run into the next holiday season. So Twitter, not looking too good with the news going on there. You know, Musk and Twitter getting at it. And this one could, if we go, we could be down to 26 here. So this one breaks through here. Right down there is where I expect it to go. Tesla, they're working on a stock split. Did break the downtrend of highs here. Broke higher, retested, moved up, and just kind of going sideways at this point. Couldn't make a higher high. Got resistance. Let's see, draw it in this way. So there's the resistance right now. And then we have a slight uptrend of the lows. So right now I expect it to kind of follow this path right here. Unless the market breaks out, that's the path for Tesla. If it breaks down, it can go back in the 500 area. If it breaks out, it can quickly get back to the 1,000 area. AEP, Alpha Echo, American Electric Power. That's just consolidating on the roadmap line there. Looks like things haven't changed drastically since the last time I drew something on here. Just parked on the roadmap line. That's uninteresting. Not very interesting. That's didn't do that. So at this point, sideways. ABBV. Yeah, it looks like that one's doing something. Update that. Got resistance coming up here at the 158 area. I can zoom this up so you can see a little better. So this didn't happen back here. Instead, it's just kind of been riding the roadmap line. See, touched once here. Touched once here. Went a little deeper here. So it's holding support on that roadmap line, but it's also not breaking out back through this resistance right here. And that's going to continue up to that area. So there's the resistance right there. Here's the support. It's just kind of been bouncing along here. Tried to go lower and got taken right back up. Just kind of hanging out in this area. If the market can start working with us, we get a, what the market perceives as a good CPI number tomorrow, we can break higher. If we get bad CPI, what the market perceives as bad, or a catalyst for going lower, then we may see all these things take a break lower. Alrighty. mRNA. Moderna. Look at that. Testing the 144 EMA. That's, you can say what you want to, but look, it came right up there and it's parked there for 3 more days. I mean, this thing just, it works more often than it doesn't. You say it's coincidence, but so what I expect right now would be that we would probably see a small pullback here and then a break up through and then a retest like that as this thing comes across. and then we could get a bigger bounce. That would be what I expect. It doesn't have to do that. So it can just start taking off and then retrace and then keep on going. All right, DNA. That one's on the way down though. And this one, you know, while Moderna looked good, this one holding a downtrend of lows. It's kind of parallel in that 144 EMA there. All right, PSX. Yeah, looks like it's on the path, heading toward the those two candles look like the wrong color. Look at that. Either the red's the wrong color or the green. Like, you're not supposed to have greens that descend. That's a gap down, run up, gap down, run up. Like that's overnight participants taking the price down right there. The market trying to buy it back up, buying the dip, and it just keeps dipping. So I think it's going to test that support box. All righty. And Mara, there's not, I mean, go subscribe to Crypto Power Plays. I covered that quite in depth this weekend. That's based on their stellar mining news. And Dave, I know you're here. I dug through that report and they didn't show any actual Bitcoin selling. They said they haven't sold any since 2020. So they're still sitting on all of their Bitcoins they've mined for the last 2 years. They mined more coins in June than they've ever mined. So it's that's why they popped. That news came out last week. That led to this big pop, and they're kind of drifting off now because the excitement waned and Bitcoin's pulling back. So APA. I think it can go lower. Yeah, it can go lower. Don't look too. How low can she go? Go down to this 25 area pretty easily. Looks like where it had this consolidation right there. Yeah, see it bounced right off the top of that box. And if it breaks down in there, it's going to revisit the bottom of the box probably. So you kind of need it to hold this 30 area. If not, it's probably going down another $5. What do I think about CPI tomorrow? I mean, you tell me what you think CPI is going to do. I don't know what the market's going to react. I'm 50-50 on whether they bake the numbers or they tell the truth. So they keep adjusting the number, adjusting what they count, adjusting all the, it's not any kind of real number anymore. When you start saying, oh, we're not going to count food, we're not going to count energy, we're not going to count this, we're not going to count that. What do you think consumers spend their money on? So, I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous thing. And inflation is really, if you look up the real definition of inflation, the original definition, it's increase in money supply. It has nothing to do with prices going up. But I guess all the sentiment of, what we call inflation and what's been taught in school is that inflation is a constant rise in prices, and it's usually due to increase in money supply. Well, the inflation is the increase in money supply. That's why we call certain cryptos inflationary when they have no cap on their maximum coins available. They're inflationary. When they have a cap or they are slowly decreasing the amount of coins available, it's deflationary. That ties directly into the definition of inflation and deflation. Saying that the price is going, prices are prices, and they're controlled by supply and demand. When you have more money available for people in the markets, like you send them checks in the mail and they put it in their account and they've got that money burning a hole in their pocket, that's like instant demand goes up. And what happens? So, supply wasn't rising before the demand spiked. So supply is the same, demand spikes, prices go up to meet that demand. And that's exactly what we saw. I mean, housing was pretty much, a constant supply. and demand for housing went up. So prices went up. Food was actually a decreasing supply due to COVID effects. So prices of food went up. And it was kind of a double whammy. Demand went up because people had more money. People wanted to buy nicer food, better stuff. So, I mean, that's, and 11.8% was in the money numbers. Like if you look at this right here, I just happen to have this up. This is the money supply, the M2 money supply right here, M2. If you run the numbers here from January 2021 to May 2022, we haven't had the June numbers. Those will come out later in July. But if you run the numbers there, that's 11.8% increase in the money supply. So right there, you can expect 11.8% inflation in prices. It's inflation of the money supply. It's inflation in prices. Right there. I mean, you run that 21.6 trillion minus 19.3 trillion, get you, well, whatever it is, 2.3 trillion roughly. Divide that by 19.3 trillion. That's 11.8%. So what do I think of the CPI? Well, the only good sign I saw on here is there is a 0.3 trillion, almost 0.3 trillion decrease from April to May in the money supply. And what they did what happened in June, well, they rose the rates bigger than, they did a 3/4 point rate raise. Well, it's instantly going to take money out of the pool, that shrinks loans and all sorts of stuff. It may not be, how that relates to the actual numbers. I mean, it may not bring the money supply down that much. We've got a long way to go before we get back to 19.3 trillion that we were back in January 2021. I mean, we're not even talking 2019 before COVID or anything like that. So that's end of my rant on inflation. All right, AMC. Pop this up. It's on a steady climb here. If we can break the 144 EMA on the daily, that turns this thing around and starts making it look more bullish. So I do have some shares, and I do have $20 calls sold against them for August, I believe. Full disclosure on that one. All right. Looks like I got to the end of the questions. Amazingly enough. So I'm going to pop over and give you an opportunity to join double dip trades. So last week I released my newest double dip trade in the report. These are stocks with high dividend yields, strong, stronger long-term upside, stronger than the rest of the dividend players that I go through. I go through a list of over 100 of them, and they're designed to trade with accounts as low as $100. I'm trading a small account myself with one share of each of the picks and just kind of seeing how it goes. I've already collected, I was trading this before we went public with it, and the dividends I've collected in that account are, I think they're right around $3 so far this year. That's pretty significant when you're just buying a share or two of each of the tickers. So this is designed to help you grow even a small account over time with controlled, patient trades. This is not like trading every day. If you don't have time to sit and watch the market, you're doing other things, you can buy some of these, collect some dividends, and they're picks that are set up to at least have a little bit of positive momentum. If you look at the dividend payers lately, they've been hit quite heavily. If you just look at monthly dividend payers or even quarterly dividend payers that have a relatively high yield, a lot of them have gotten hit heavy in the last few months. I'm picking ones that are at least kind of floating along sideways with potential to go higher. So the entire goal of this is to grow an account over time, which is, this is not like get in and trade it and, worrying about the stops every day. No, these are long-term, long-term. I'm looking to collect, at least 3 dividends on most of them, if not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 for the monthly payers. These, I may be in some of these for a year or two, just collecting the dividends along the way. So they're set it, get in it, fix it, and forget it type setups. So if you want to receive this brand new trade, You want to know what it is, what the new brand new one is, what I put brand new money into. You'll need to sign up for double dip trades. So here's what you get. You have 1 and possibly 2 monthly trades. Yeah, I was picking 2 there for a little while as the possibilities started looking less awesome. I've weaned it down to just 1 pick for the last couple months. You get a monthly overview of the entire market and some targets for the market. Then you get access to an exclusive Discord trading room that's dedicated for these. I have a list of 135 plus high yield stocks on the watch list, and I may add a whole chunk more. I've got a list of 226 monthly pairs that I may add on there, or may throw in to the room here in the near future. Excuse me. So there are a lot of opportunities here in the high yield area. So I've slashed the price for this service as low as I can go. It's just $49 for a year, for a whole year, $49. So you get 1 pick a month of these high yield plays. I'm in it with you. I'd love to see you in the newest trade right away. So here's what you have to do. You have to go to jeffreytrader.com/DDT or give the team a call at 855-454-0816 and speak to the team. They'll hook you up. So, all right. Hope that helped everybody. Yeah. I don't actually have any Windows updates pending right here. Not on this machine. So, yeah, I'll see you soon, babe. The boss says bye, everybody. Alrighty. Everybody good? Thanks, everybody. How does the Discord server work? How does the Discord server work? So it's like a big chat program. It's just like, it's basically like the chat you just used right there, except it has rooms. And let me pop out of here real quick. I can show it off if it will let me out of the slideshow. That's cool. Interesting. There it goes. All right. Discord right over here. So you jump into Discord, you click if you just start up Discord, you'll have nothing. And if you click the link for my server, then you'll pop up one of these servers right here. If you just have Discord, you just have home. There's a few people that have friended my demo account here. You'll have add a server and explore public servers and download apps. So you can download the app on your phone. You can download the app on your desktop. I actually have it installed on my other computers. This is just running in the web browser. If you do this, you want to make sure you set up an email account and stuff and a phone number so that you can get back into this account. Now, once you decide to add my server, you can click join a server and paste the link right into here. It'll look like that Discord GG, and it's in the members area. If you're having trouble getting to the members area, contact support. They'll hook you up. Just put that invite link right into Discord, or you can click on the link in your web browser, and it'll bring you to Discord, and you can log in or set up an account. And then it's got all these chat rooms in here. I've got free rooms in the main channels here. When it lights up with a white, that means there's a new message in there. When it lights up with a red, like that one says 10 right there, you can see the red 10 right there next to the pointer. That means that I've been tagged. There's an important message for my subscribership. Now I have this demo account is in the opening bell alerts service. So it has the opening bell alerts chat rooms in here. It's in the market roadmap, and it's in Echo Trades. It's I have 30 something channels total. And you just pop in here. The categories are kind of what the rooms are about. So this is jokes and memes. This is suggestions and requests. We have off-topic chats. So there's all sorts of things. I shared some pictures this weekend in here. And one of the cool things, if there's a chart and you can't read it, like we can go over to where charts are in here. If you're not able to read this chart, you can click open original. It'll pop it up in a browser, and then you can push Control plus and zoom it up. Your heart's content, and pan it around and look at it. So that's how it works. See, I've been outlining the support on S&P 500 for a while in Discord. I give these updates all the time. Update that chart quite often. And here was the problem. We were unable to break out of the top of that, and now we're back to the bottom of it here at the close today. Falling back down below it at 38.20 into the close. That's right, pushing right back in this area. So falling back out of the orange sets us up to retest the lows. All right. Any other questions about Discord? So it's just a chat program. I mean, don't think of it as any kind of social media or anything like that. It does have some capabilities for voice chat and stuff that I don't use, for some screen shares and stuff. But, for the most part, it's just a chat room. And these are just channels, and you talk in the different chat. Now, once you join the server, it'll tell you, you'll pop in the welcome room when you come in. This is the first thing. You'll get a message from the bot. This Cash Money is a bot. It's just a piece of software, welcomes you to the server. And then it tells you to go to rules, and you can actually click that and pop in here, and you can read the rules, follow the rules. It tells you down here, it's like there's instructions in rule number 9, and then some screenshots and stuff to help you if you can't quite figure it out. And if you're just not getting it, don't sweat it. You can click on this roles right here in the instructions, pop over here, put the information in that you're supposed to, like market roadmap and your name, right? Like this in the box here, press enter. Don't worry about the fact you can't see in the history. Me and the people over here that give you permission and verify you can see all the history. So even if you can't see what you said before, just answer any questions that we ask you, and we'll get you set up. And that gives you permission to see the stuff you subscribe to, or if you just want to hang out and visit with us in some of the other channels, you can do that. But the subscribers get more access, more features, more chat priority than non-subscribers. Now, Double Dip Trades does have its own channels. So come jump into Double Dip Trades, jeffrytrader.com/DDT, or give us a call. All right. Thanks, everybody. We're going to wrap it up. We'll see you again soon.